And I have yet seen anything. And we've had tornadoes in the general area. We've had all kinds of, thises and that's, and wow.
Well,
Nothing, nothing like what is going on. All
yeah,
kinds of stuff off the shore shelves. It's just wow.
I still haven't figured out what the deal is. You know what I mean?
What the deal
Like,
is as far as why
why everybody
everybody's
wants the
hoarding butt
toilet
wipes?
paper?
Huh?
Why everybody wants the toilet paper?
Well, I was talking to one of the gals in the grocery store, and we were both amazed at the toilet. It's like, this is a respiratory thing. Why the butt wipes? And she thinks that it's probably kind of like Venezuela. People are looking at butt wipes as going, this is going to be worth money. I can sell this and make a profit.
Well,
Which is, hey, I mean, I've got hamburger in the fridge. If you want to swap me a couple of rolls, I guess I could make you up a burger
I
barter
am
system.
I am glad that some of the places did stand up and stop a lot of the
Panic buying.
in the prices, like Amazon and places that allow you to sell things on their websites. I mean, it's just wrong. We're in a state of crisis right now, and for people to be doing that, it's not right. You know.
It is, it is crazy. I'll say that. It makes no sense. Like I say, the only thing that I can possibly think that they're doing is thinking of it as Venezuela. And I've got a roll of gold. Hey, there we are. We finally showed up.
Yeah, I think I've
The
seen it on.
peach in the pit. I love it.
I accidentally went to my main YouTube page, which I might have to go get that off of there.
I don't mind. I think it's cute. It doesn't bother me at all. Let's see. Do we have anybody in the room yet? Hi, everybody that's not in the room yet.
Yeah, nobody's in there. They all forgot about us since we were late, I guess.
Hey, everybody. Nah, we weren't late. It was the rest of the world that was early.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're an hour early wherever you are.
Wherever you are, we're
Eight
an hour
o'clock
early.
somewhere, right?
It's like beer 35 o'clock. Yeah, someplace, somewhere.
Oh
I know I
man.
got a wavy hand on here. There's a wavy hand. Well, I wanted to say hey to everybody. Hey, there's Matthew. Hey, Matthew, what's up, brother? Let's see. TB. Yeehaw. There you are. Yeah, see, everybody's finding us live. Who's a blonde? I'm not a blonde.
Not me. Y'all should know that.
Hi, y'all.
So I guess you heard Kenny Rogers died.
Yes.
You know,
He
I
he
didn't
he
even know that
favored
he lived here. I did not
my
know he lived here.
you didn't know what?
I didn't know he lived here.
Oh my god.
I thought he was in
Uh
Tennessee.
he's only like 3 or 4 blocks from you, I thought, right?
No, it's like give or take probably 45 minutes or so.
So close enough that you could have popped over and
Oh
visited.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I can't believe it though. I had no idea. Was he sick or?
Old hospice. He died in his sleep, peacefully in his sleep, is what the family
Oh,
had put out. But the dude was in his 80s. I
yeah,
mean, geez.
yes, I know. 81 years
I
old.
hope I go as peaceful and as calm as that. Just crash out one night
Oh,
and
that's
wake up
always
at the
been
pearly
my.
gates.
If I just want to go in my sleep. I don't want to be,
Oh, I disagree. I hate going in my sleep. Then you have to get up and change the sheets in the morning because they're all wet. It's just a pain.
No, 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 no. No, I just, I don't know. The thought of having to go through some sort of horrible thing just does not. entertain me at all.
No, I can understand that wholeheartedly. I wouldn't want to. I expect it's going to be traumatizing enough for those people that have to find us.
That's true. That is very true.
I feel bad for them. As it currently stands, my niece is the executor of the estate, and damn, I got a lot of crap. she'd be so much better off just flambeing the thing.
Uh, so I found some interesting things. Um, I thought this was pretty interesting. In Oregon, it doesn't say what. Yeah, it doesn't say what city, but they're asking people to quit calling 911 because they're out of toilet paper. I mean,
Oh God.
who does that?
People in Oregon, evidently. Now, if I remember right, no, it's Washington. Is it Washington or Oregon? One of those left coast states came out with they legalized or decriminalized psilocybin. They're starting to mess with the mushrooms. So I have a feeling people are hallucinating and calling 911 going, my butt wipes are gone. What am I going to do, mommy? Help me, help me.
I ain't using those. I mean, you can't flush them. You shouldn't. You shouldn't technically, from what I've understood for the past week from various different people, is you're not even really supposed to flush toilet paper. But yeah,
No, it has a tendency to clog up the pipes that funnel the crap into the facilities that turn it back into drinking water.
right. So
And the paper towels have really been giving them hell. But everybody should know the hell, unless you're a brand new millennial, I guess. Everybody pretty much knows that no, you don't send paper towels down the crapper.
you would think people would know that. I mean, just like you would think people would know not to call 911 because, hey, I'm out of toilet paper. Can you bring me a roll?
Hey, wait a minute now. I have seen stories where people have called 911 because they didn't get their chicken nuggets. So, yes, people will call 911 for anything. I'm sorry, I have a nose hair out of place. 911, can you help me, please?
I thought there was a law against that, though, like some kind of law that you could actually get put in jail for that type of, it's
For
not.
like a false report kind of thing, or
Yeah,
a
I mean,
claiming an emergency when there isn't one.
I'm sorry. Grab a wash rag. The damn thing's washable. Throw it in a bunch of bleach in your washing machine, and hey, good as new. You can use it next time. Yeah.
Growing up, we didn't have Pampers and Huggies. They had actual, honest to God diapers. And believe me, everybody wanted those diapers. Man, they are so good to clean a car with. I mean, after they've been washed, not after they came off the rat, because then it just doesn't really clean the car real
I
good. It just kind of
I
streaks.
actually used cloth diapers with all of my kids unless we were going somewhere. Because yes, it is a little bit more convenient to use, a pamper or something like that when you go somewhere. But at
Right.
home, my kids always, at night when they went to sleep, while they were up during the day, they were in cloth diapers. It was
Nothing wrong with
cheaper
that.
and it was easier to me. I mean, I to me putting on those things and having to unstick the thing and then and then the
And
kid
then you
learns
stick
how to
your
pull it
finger whenever
off.
time you put them on, and
It's ridiculous. So
yeah, they don't.
In Arkansas, the governor talked about how his state is managing the toilet paper issue, basically saying,
That everybody has three seashells.
well, they're saying grocery receipts, newspaper, cloth rags, lace, onion or cotton balls, not onion, and that empty toilet paper roll sitting in the holder. and that there are also a variety of leaves that you can safely use. And they said that Mother Earth News, you know, the magazine, had a thing on it that told you 15 different leaves that you can use.
I highly recommend not using that one that has 3 points on it. It kind of has one growing here, one growing
Yeah,
here.
not unless you want to eat the ass afterwards.
Talk about having an instant case of itchy hemorrhoids.
I don't know. It's like I don't understand why people can't handle life without conveniences. It's beyond
Well,
me.
think about it. 50, 60 years ago, when our parents were kids, what it must have been like for them to see what it looks like now. Oh my God, they got to be doing something. What about mustard? Had to change my name on here. TV didn't cut the mustard.
So I found this other article of this place in Cambridge, Minnesota. I'm gonna have to ask Rocky about this one. A place called Cambridge Bar and Grill. They're in Cambridge, Minnesota. And with all takeout orders totaling $25 or more, they will throw in a free roll of toilet paper.
Well, that has to say a whole lot for their cooking. Hey guys, order from us and you're going to need this extra.
Well, he felt like the guy, the owner's words were, "I wanted to do something nice. I'm not making fun of it. I just hope it puts a smile on people's faces."
Well,
He's just trying
here's
to help.
$25 order. Get your ass wipes to go.
Yeah, right. So order your $25 worth of food from the Cambridge Bar and Grill in Cambridge, Minnesota, and you will get some toilet paper.
That's
There's
funny.
everybody's solution for the toilet paper issue.
I mean, is their food really that bad that they have to?
I looked it up on a map, and it's actually like 40 something minutes away from Rocky. So I'm gonna have to get him to check that out for me.
I will have to send them $12 a piece and go, hey, buddy, go get some dinner for us, will you?
Yeah, here, food on us. Just go check the place out. We
Well,
want
see,
to know.
now there is a difference in toilet papers. If anybody has traveled in their life and been to Europe, oh my God, the sandpaper that they have out for you to use is, to say rough shit is an understatement. That's some tough.
So
I know
is
you can take paint off your car with it.
what grain of sandpaper would you call it? Which grain?
Probably about a 200 grit.
So you would say that after using the sandpaper there, your butt might be a little bit
Raw.
raw.
Yeah, but you know that hamburger that you haven't been able to find? Don't worry about it.
Ow. It'll definitely make you stop pooping after that because who wants to poop with a raw butt?
Ooh, nobody. Not fun. Not fun at all. This conversation has digressed, hasn't it?
Well, that just seems to be the whole issue. This whole week has been toilet paper, toilet paper. I mean,
Everywhere. It's just ridiculous. Hey, I do have good tidings though. I mean, something that's kind of trippy. I got to put
yeah.
other eyes on so I can see it. As you will, or as you should know, or don't know, we just had the spring equinox. So we had an even 12 hours a day and night, and our days are now progressively getting longer as far as daylight goes. And article in the paper says spring comes early. If you're ready for good news, we've got some for you. Spring is coming early this year. And let's see, it hasn't been this early since 1896. I think that was about the time my house was built. The vernal equinox, which marks the beginning of spring in the northern hemisphere, will take place last Thursday at 10:50 my time, and it's earlier than any other equinox in the last 124 years.
Yeah.
Uh, AccuWeather said they do a pretty good job. The equinox usually falls on either the 20th or the 21st, which is true. It's normally the 21st. The complicated reasons for 2020's early equinox involve leap years, centuries, and length of time it takes the Earth to revolve around the sun. It's just kind of
Oh,
cool. I like celestial stuff. It's
oh, me too.
when the power goes out and there's nothing else to do, and you've already made the kids for the next round, you can always go out and look at the stars when it's warm enough.
I want to go and see the lights,
Aurora borealis,
northern lights. You
the
know,
aurora, yeah, me
yeah.
too. I have never seen those. I would love to.
Seeing so many videos and pictures, and oh my gosh, that
And
would be.
it's usually the ones I see mostly are my color, so that's what makes it super cool for me.
Are you saying they're green?
Yeah, anytime the sky turns like it's like ooh. Now I know. Speaking of skies changing colors, one time when I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, it was back 75, 76, something like that. We were
Yeah.
in the motor pool, and I guess we had a tornado come through, and the sky turned the most righteous ocean blue green that I have ever seen a sky turn. And from what I hear after the fact, it was like, "Ooh, that wasn't good. That was bad stuff." But it was pretty, and it was all rolly and mixing together. Oh, it was so
Yeah.
neat. It was
The
pretty,
videos
pretty, pretty.
are really cool. The way it just, I mean, it's hard to explain. I want to see it.
The
Hey, I want
Northern Lights, I do.
Alaska. Well, I know. I mean, there's two things that I want to do in Alaska. I want to go and I want to see the whales. They take you out on the
You
boats.
can, yeah,
And,
you don't have to go to Alaska to see whales. We have those
well,
all
they do
over.
it during a certain time, during the mating season and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah, just what you want to do is harass a whole bunch of 16 and 18-ton critters while they're
I
trying to get a little. Hmm.
think it's the same time that the lights are going on, and you can
Well,
see them.
the aurora borealis go on all the time. It depends on what we get hit with from the sun, because what it actually is magnetic radiation that you're seeing going across our upper atmosphere, or our outer atmosphere would be more accurate.
That's why I want to go there. I just thought that would be the best place to actually be able to see them at.
Alaska, you can see them from a lot of the northern states. Sometimes
I don't want to go to the northern states. No.
like let's see, up South Dakota, that would be a northern state. Montana, didn't you mention Rocky just a minute ago? No, that was Minnesota. Sorry, it
Minnesota.
was an M state.
Mm.
Started with an M. It's up by the Canadian Quebec border.
Well, I've always wanted to go to Alaska, and I figured, why not?
Alaska would be fun. The only thing that detracts me from going to Alaska, or doesn't, really make it sound all that much fun. Two things. One, cold. I don't like the cold. And yeah, I know it's not minus 50 degrees all the time. It,
I would
hits
like
warm in
that.
the summertime, 65, maybe 70, I'm
I
sure.
would love that.
Uh, but there's 453,000 mosquitoes. I mean, they fly in squadrons. I'm not a big bug person.
Which is really weird that it gets so cold there, because I know here it doesn't get cold enough in the winter to kill off all of the bugs.
Bugs.
But there it gets really, really cold in the winter, so you would think it would kill them off. That's weird.
Well, with the permafrost and all the standing water, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, a breeding ground. I'm sure that you can go find pond water in Alaska, frozen solid, and have all kinds of skeeters in it.
I still want to go. I ain't gonna let the mosquitoes keep me from going.
Well, that's cool. That's cool.
One of these days. I just
It would
don't
be
know.
nice. I would love to. They have color in the dirt. Although I've been watching, or I have been watching for like the last
Color is
10
in
years.
like stones, like rocks, like
Mhm.
really.
Gold. A lot of gold comes out of Alaska. Lots and lots of gold.
Hmm.
Although I've been, like I say, I've been watching Gold Rush on the Discovery Channel for, I don't know, I
Is
guess
that
it's
where
been
that's
on for
at?
like 10 years now.
That's where that's
And
at?
currently Parker's down in Australia.
Hmm.
And they've gone up and talked to people, and the guy says, "Yeah, we find a little gold." And he sticks his hand in his pocket and pulls out a nugget,
Mm.
you know, the size of your hand. It's like, holding the bell. It's just huge. And he says, "Yeah, that was all right." And then he reaches in his pocket and pulls out another one. I'm like, God, if I had them nuggets and he had a feather up his ass, I bet you we'd both be tickled pink.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Hell yeah. I've always told people
I'm
if
good
I
with it.
ever
Hold your
find,
check. Hold your check. I'll just take my gold here and make up for my no work.
there you go. I've always said if I ever found a huge nugget, I have to find two. One that I can make money off of, and the other so I can go, see, I find gold.
Mm. I don't have that kind of luck. I don't know. Even lottery tickets.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
no, lottery tickets.
where a man won twice. He won just within the past couple of days, and he won a year and a half ago. Wait a minute.
Goodness.
My turn.
Wouldn't that be terrible? I'd hate to have to win the lottery. Jeez,
I
oh.
think he stole my turn. I seriously, that's my money. I'm claiming it. I'm putting dibs on it. That was mine.
One of my neighbors at one point, their kid was really good with tarot cards. I mean, really, really good.
Mhm.
And I hit the gal up and said, my usual two questions, whenever I had a psychic, are pretty much the same two answers or
Mhm.
same two questions. And actually, if I succeed in one, the other will follow. I was asking, well, am I going to get laid? And will I hit the lottery? And if you think about it, if I hit the lottery, I could definitely get laid.
That's very true. I mean, not saying that you would have a problem getting laid, but just saying, yeah. I mean, sex seems to come with the money.
True. And it don't matter how plug ugly you are. I mean, look at me.
Oh, whatever, whatever.
Hey, I'm the one that has to shave this mug. Well, at least under my throat. So yeah, I know what I look like. But yeah, I asked her, I said, so will I, and she said, no. Now, whether she was just saying that because of her mom or whatever, I don't know. But
So
I can,
what did you say you were gonna get? Money?
hard pecker and bubble gum, but they were all out of bubble gum.
Hard pecker like in cider or
Ding.
which pecker are we talking about? I do
Well, I
love
was being polite.
hard cider. I used to drink some I think it was called red pecker. It was a
Red
it was
pecker?
a English cider.
English cider, huh?
Yeah, English cider. Got to get you some insider.
There you go. That's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she said I've never hit the lottery, and I can honestly say that A, I've either been cursed and it's come true, or B, I pick really crappy numbers, or the computer picks really crappy numbers.
And see, that's
However,
what the funny is. I used to get the slips, and I picked things like birthdays and whatnot, and tried to scatter them out, and then I read a thing that was talking about a majority of people who have won the lottery, their numbers were quick pick.
right, computer generated numbers.
So since then, I have been doing computer generated. It hates me.
Yeah.
It,
Well, see, I had a set of numbers that I had been playing. My sister and I determined them. It was like our parents' birthdays, birthdays of it was just a conglomeration of numbers. Played that same ticket for multiples and multiples of years. Uh, Went to California for about a year and a half, ostensibly to close out, you know, expired family members' properties. Actually, I got popped in Arizona for cannabis and had to do probation. And hey, if I did it here, they'd pull my carry permit. So I did it there where everything that I do is legal.
that was ridiculous.
Cost me a shitload of money, but hey, I still have my permit.
My
And
uncle did that. They used to play the same numbers, and they didn't win the big lottery, but several times they won a couple of thousand at a time.
hey, you know, a couple of grand in a clip. Now, I have one right after I first moved to Kentucky from St. Louis. I played the Kentucky lottery and I did hit it for $8,000. And it was
Nice.
shortly after I moved here, and it was fantastic, phenomenal, cool beans, right on, groovy, hardcore, and solid. And I can't hit a single lottery since then.
So what did you spend it on?
Yeah, loose cars and fast women. No, that was fast cars and loose women. No, hell, I don't remember.
How fast did it take you to fly through that money?
A grand.
Oh, I
You can
bet you
do
could
that on
save.
a. You can take the family out for a meal and drop $1,000.
That's true. Not that I would because I can't afford it. So my kids are lucky if we do the Wendy's because
There you go.
I don't do
Well,
hardly, and I have coupons when I go.
nothing wrong with that. All my family is in California, and I get home every, 5-ish or so years, give or take. So when I do, I try to take all the, siblings, cousins that are all local. I
Hmm.
take everybody out to brunch. We go
So
to
have you talked?
Mexican, we go to El Torito, and they have a nice little champagne brunch, and we all sit there and have margaritas. Well, those of us that drink have a couple of margaritas and a meal, and I don't know. There's usually
What,
about
$100 a pop
12, 15.
a head? a hundred
Yeah,
dollars?
no, not $100 a head, no. But by the time dinner, drinks, tip, yeah, 600 bucks, easy. Hell, I've left $300 tips.
Oh my gosh.
I always tell them when I go in because I always set the dinners up. I put it on my credit card. I don't mind. And I tell the manager that it's a big party. Big parties, you normally add a gratuity. You can, but you'll make out a whole lot less unless you have me do it. So you choose. You can add it in, cool, or you can let me do it.
Right. That's true. So have you talked to any of your family since this whole corona thing started?
I talked to my niece like I said, the one that's in the will. I talked to her this is what, Saturday, Thursday-ish, I want to say. Wednesday or Thursday, I talked to
Didn't they
her.
lock down California?
Nobody, I'm sorry.
Didn't they lock down California? Like they're on a total.
Yeah, they've
Can they,
done that
can
since
they
I
go to
talked to her. I haven't talked to her since they closed the state down.
so can they go to the store? Can they go get
That's
groceries?
my understanding.
Because
Um,
somebody told me here was when they shut it down, we can go to the grocery store, but
that's about it.
closed.
Yeah, that was my understanding is that if you don't have to be out, don't be. And I was talking to Sean earlier today, and he said that Illinois is locked down as well. But Illinois will let you go to the grocery store, go hiking, go fishing, go camping. You can do anything you want, but they're on lockdown.
So my question is, are they stopping people and questioning them as to why are you out? Where are you headed? I mean, how are they locking people down?
Telling you that you shouldn't be out and about. But I know here in Kentucky, there was a gentleman, I'm not sure whereabouts in the state he was, but somebody had tested positive and they put him under, go home and do your self quarantine. And they put two sheriffs on the door to make sure that he stayed home to
Wow.
self quarantine. Now, were that me, I'd probably go along with it because they're smoking in the house. But if it wasn't smoking, yo, boys, come on, let's go get us a beer.
Wow. Hmm.
Yeah, I heard that they're getting ready to close the liquor stores down.
I heard. Where is it? Somewhere in Texas. The I don't know if it's in the whole state of Texas or a city, but somebody, governor, mayor, or whoever that local area. I'm not really sure, but something about because they're allowing delivery, food delivery and stuff, and that they were allowing alcoholic beverages to also be along with those deliveries.
Oh, okay. Now on emails, I got a thing from somebody from change.org or whatever, the petition people. And somebody had started a petition they wanted me to sign saying, hey, restaurants are only allowed to serve takeout. They should be able to sell you a beer at the same time, which would be great. I hit the Mexican place up across the street just before the, war started, if you will. Tried to get me a couple of gallons of margaritas to go. And I even took my own cooler with me, but they wouldn't. They said, sorry, that's illegal. We can't do that. I said, well, I kind of knew that, but it never hurts to ask.
Let's see.
Because, I mean, if they would have mixed
It was the governor,
of Texas, isn't
um,
that Greg Abbott?
Greg Abbott, and he said, I mean, his reason for doing this is that is how a lot of restaurants make their money is on the alcohol, you know, not just the food, and so
Yeah,
there
think
was.
about it. Because you can go hit a place, restaurant, and get a burger for $9, burger and a soda, probably what, 11, $12 altogether. Or you can go in, have that same burger, two beers, and you just drop $30.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I know my grocery store here, because I've got a grocery store right at the end of my road. Um,
And they
they
deliver groceries to you, or you go fetch them.
they they work with the is it Uber that does it's either Uber or they may both be doing it, Lyft or
Uber
Uber.
Eats,
Uh,
Grubhub.
yeah, well, I'm not sure, but you can put in a grocery order and they'll go pick it up and stuff. But I ain't paying those fees. I mean, I'm sorry, they charge too much.
What do they hit you to be a grocery fetcher? $15 a delivery, twenty
Well, they
bucks a delivery.
also at this particular Kroger they do the curbside delivery. So if you want to
Wait a
use
minute,
that
curbside delivery. So you
app,
walk out to the street and get it from them? Is that what you mean by curbside?
well, they have designated parking places and
Oh, okay. You pull up
those
and get it,
people
like
come.
China Mart pickup.
Right, and then you park and they bring the cart out and load your car up for you. But
Right.
I mean they're not closing, so I can go and get my own. I'm picky about that. I like to get my own stuff. Um,
I'm the same way. I like to pick out my bread. I want to pick out my lettuce and tomatoes. I don't want somebody else doing it. Here's this, soft, mushy made. No, I wouldn't have bought that. No, thank you.
well
Get off my lot.
all they did was reduce their hours, which this particular Kroger was not a 24-hour Kroger. Everything around me closes at a certain time. The latest they're open is I think 1 o'clock, and they usually open about 5 in the morning. But with
Hmm.
all the stuff going on, their hours are right now from I think it's 8 a.m. until it's either 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So they're chopping off like 2 or 3 hours at the beginning and the end of you know
Our local Walmarts are doing the same thing. They
moving
were
on.
24-hour stores, and then they cut them back to 7 to 11. And the last I think I saw was 7 to 9. And
Hmm.
the pig here in town, Food Giant, it used to be a 6 to 10 or 6 to 9, probably 10.
What sucks
And
for
now they're
me
doing a
is
7 to 7.
I would prefer to go run in here at night when everybody else is not out. Run in and grab what I need and get the hell out of there and not see 50 million people trying to do the same thing I'm doing. So, yeah.
That's the bad thing. Everybody likes hitting China Mart at 3 o'clock in the morning because there's nobody there. Of course, the registers aren't open either, but
That's true. That is very true.
yeah, I saw that there was a meme, I guess is what you call them, running on Twitter that said, due to the coronavirus, Walmart has opened register three.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. I mean, depending on how long they do this for, because I did go to the store last week, managed to get everything but eggs. My neighbor went to the store. Her and her husband went around tried to find. They were trying to find some meat because Kroger was out of
There
meat.
is none.
Walmart was out of meat, so they were trying to find some meat, and they said eggs were on sale at Walmart, so they grabbed me two 18-pack things of eggs. So I now have eggs. On top of the two
Higher,
rolls of
higher.
sushi that I found. Huh? You there?
Yeah, I'm right here. You were talking, and I'm going, okay, finish your. They were this, and then they're that, and
I
then
was done.
I'm
You
waiting
got
for you. I'm going like, okay,
quiet.
finish the statement. That's funny. I'm going, finish the statement. Finish it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Eggs. I saw several cases uh, being brought in to Kroger. Week last week, I think it was. Kroger had them for 88 cents a dozen for the. Are they large or mediums? I think they're the large. They're not the extra large, but they're the large.
These
And
were large that they brought me. So gotta have my eggs. My son, he would live off
well,
of eggs.
now when you buy eggs, do you open the carton and check each and every egg to make sure it's not broken? Or do you just grab an egg off the shelf and truck on?
No, I open it. I move them all around to make sure none of them are stuck. Because usually, if they're stuck, that's when you can tell that something's
It's
cracked underneath.
been cracked. You
I
got a
I
leak in it.
mm-hmm. Always. I don't know where I even learned to do that, but I've done it as long as I can ever remember. I'm weird.
I always have. I I take it, I open it up, check through all of them. Now, even if there's some are stuck, it doesn't necessarily mean that one has a hole in it. It just means somebody has dripped in the carton at some point and run it in the little hot water. They pop right back out.
Oh, you should have seen me during the ice cream thing. You know the ice cream lickers.
The what? What? The
The
ice
people
cream
that would
liquor.
open them up and lick it and close it and put it back up.
Oh, the ice cream guy. Well, he bought that, right?
No, there were several people doing it, and I got
But I mean,
pictures.
the first guy, the first guy that they jacked up so hard, he actually he did the video of him licking it and putting it back in,
I saw
and
that.
then he turned around with the camera was off, and then he took it out of the turned the
Mhm.
camera back on, took it out, and paid for it, and they
But there
still
were
jacked him up.
several.
What?
But there were several people that were doing it, and it became a trend after that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was so paranoid that I would literally like see if the seal was still on the ice cream. And I would try to get one from the back.
Always dig from the back. Well, and the thing now with the kids is they're going up to the fruit stands when you can find one because all the stores I've been in are fruitless, and they're coughing on it, just coughing on the fruit and then walking away. Kids are nuts.
Yeah. Well, they eat Tide Pods. What do you expect?
And then wash it down with bleach so they have clean innards.
Well, I did hear all you liberals out there that if you drink bleach, it'll kill the coronavirus.
Follow that up with a shot of gasoline just to make sure.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you're
So
going to do it right.
here's something funny that I found while I was looking. A North Carolina woman who turned 100 years old she had a unique birthday list or birthday wish. She wanted to be arrested. It
She wanted to be arrested.
was on her bucket list. So, on her 100th birthday, they set it up for the police to come and arrest her. They arrested her for uh, indecent exposure.
Okay. Was she flashing
They
him a boob or what?
I don't know, but they handcuffed her to her walker
Oh
and they put
God.
her in a patrol car and she acted like she was putting up a fight. She playfully kicked at the cops and stuff, but they they took her to jail. So she can now take the thing off her bucket list now. She no longer has to. I guess she's going to have to come up with something for her 101st.
Goodness. Uh,
Do
I
you
don't
have
think
a bucket
being
list?
arrested would be on my bucket list. No. Yeah, I'd like to party with Willie before I croak out or
Willie.
before he quits smoking. I think I could actually hang with the old boy.
Who's Willie? Nelson?
Whiskey River don't run
Oh, okay.
dry.
I heard he. I actually heard something several
He
weeks ago.
had to quit smoking because of COPD.
Oh, was it his COPD? I thought it was something to do with his throat.
Larynx could be either or. But you don't always have to smoke. You can vaporize.
Well, yeah, now with all the waxes and the
No, no, no. I mean, even cannabis. I've had a herb cannabis vaporizer since wow 205 ish, 207 ish,
hmm,
and it wasn't cheap. $700 for this thing,
I can imagine.
but
Uh,
it's neat.
now
You
my
put
son has
your dry
like
material
a
in it.
wax thing.
Yeah, I have those too.
Yeah.
Waxes, oils. I like
Mhm.
the pins. You know, the little
Yeah.
vape pins. I
The
keep
only
spinning
thing
that in
with
the picture.
those is if you don't know who you're buying them from, that's why they started banning all the flavors with the
That is exactly why. It's because people were being
scientific.
dishonest, trying to make them themselves, taking a small amount of distillate, which is the good stuff in the middle, and cutting it with vitamin E oil. And vitamin E oil is toxic to the lungs.
Hmm. But then who ended up paying for it? All the
Everybody that
vapor
had that
cigarette
liked
makers.
their little vapes that smelled good. I know nephew Brad that you've seen in and out of the house here several times.
Mhm.
He had this little mod bod thingy that he used to like, and some kind of frou frou flavored thingy that actually I didn't mind when he hit that in the house. A lot of people hit their big blow out 400 tons of smoke pins, and it's like, oh God, that smells as bad as a cigarette.
I can get my menthol, but I like the mint. I don't. I mean, menthol is okay, but the mints were a little lighter. But yeah, my son. The only thing good that came out of it is he actually quit vaping, which I didn't like the fact that he was vaping anyway, because he never smoked like cigarettes. It was the cool thing to do, and
Ah,
he would smoke the fruity flavors,
right.
you know, all that kind of stuff. And now that they no longer sell them, he quit. But his friend, the one that's the roommate here, for his birthday, gave him the wax burner thing, and so
Those are nice, but
got that.
wax is not inexpensive. You know, 50, $60 a gram for some waxes.
I actually got his for, I think it was $30 for, I guess it was a half a gram, but we broke it in
Okay.
half. So he's got four. He doesn't know. I gave him
Until he sees the
I gave him
show.
a quarter of it, and he's like stretching it out, but he'll sleep. His sleep is just completely screwed up. So I gave it to him when usually if he smokes before he goes to bed, then he goes to sleep. The rest of the time he doesn't, and then he's up half the night. And
Yeah, I'm like that. I crash out early ish, but according to my Fitbit, I get, 6.5 hours sleep a night on the average.
honey,
But I'm awake for an hour and 30 minutes of that, or an hour and 45 minutes of that. I'm awake
yeah.
because I sleep in that end of the house and the bathroom's in this end of the house. And my kidneys work at night. They don't go, hey, you're sleeping. I'm sleeping too. Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh,
Sometimes it's
I
like,
can imagine.
lie down, get up an hour later. Damn it. I got to pee again. Back down the hallway.
I
Oh,
don't. I just don't get in all the stages.
oh, the what?
Apparently I do not reach REM at all. I've had two sleep studies and I do not get into REM. I wake up, according to them, my brain, um, and you can ding the bell on this, but apparently I get 90 something arousals an hour, which means that my brain wakes up and then it goes back to sleep, and then it wakes up and then it goes back to sleep. Um, and they said that I never reach REM. Both sleep studies I've had, I do not reach REM sleep at all.
Well, even if you have a couple of shots of wine in the evening, it doesn't help, huh?
If
I'll
I
be
if I
darned.
take something for sleep, even the what is the
Rim?
Z-Quil, stuff like that, Benadryl, any of that stuff, I feel like crap the next day. I feel hungover.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it doesn't matter what it is. There's nothing for me to. I tried smoking before I went to bed. Didn't help. I still felt hungover. Even melatonin. If I take melatonin before I go to bed for some strange reason, I just drag the next day.
Hmm.
But it doesn't matter. So I've just gradually gotten used to it. I'm just exhausted all the time.
You poor thing. I like getting my sleep at night. I feel better when I do than as compared to when I don't. And I like I say, I'm up every night. And you see my little sleep patterns. It's like
Mhm. I wish. I really do. I don't know. I
it's
guess
fun. You got to get yourself one of these little Fitbit watches, and it tracks your um, sleep patterns. Like
yeah.
last night, I had 7 hours and 43 minutes that the computer says I was asleep, or that the watch has me registered as being asleep.
But does it
Now,
does
out
it
of that
show like
7 hours and 43 minutes, I was awake for 1 hour and 43 of it.
does it show your stages? Like
Yeah,
which
yeah. Let me do a quick sharesy here. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I should check one of those out. I lost your sound. I can't hear you.
Am I back now, mommy?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, it said I was muted. It's like I didn't hit anything.
Hmm.
See, like here on the screen, it
Mhm.
gives me 7 hours, 43 minutes, and out of that, 1 hour and 43 minutes, I was awake. And then if you click on it, it breaks it down even better for you. Um, for 18% of the night, I was awake. That's 1 hour, 43
You
minutes.
were 34
REM,
minutes.
I was 6% for 34 minutes. Light sleep at 5 hours. Deep sleep, 13% for 1 hour.
Hmm.
But see, I like how it breaks it down. It tells
Yeah.
you I fell asleep at, like I say, about 6 o'clock, and I was back up at 3:30.
I need to check one of those out.
It's really fun. It gives you, let's see, where's the dashboard? Here's the dashboard on it. It gives you your heartbeats as well,
Hmm.
resting heartbeats. My I was all the way up to 68 beats per minute, and then all the way down
That
to
was while you were sleeping?
61. Huh?
That was while you were sleeping?
Just period throughout
Oh,
the,
throughout the day.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh.
There's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. You can click on them. See it
Interesting.
tracks it. Wow, I got up to almost 115 beats at one time.
Wow.
I don't know why.
That's scary.
Fat burn 5 hours and 23 minutes.
Hmm.
Cardio. Hey, I got a whole 16 minutes of cardio.
Yeah, I need to check into that. See if I can find
I
me one for a decent price.
This one, and they have different colors and different models. This is a cheaper one. I think it was like 150 bucks, which I would never in my right mind. I mean, I buy Timexes,
Yeah.
$29. Hey,
Oh,
that's good enough for me as long as it goes, yep, 9 o'clock.
yeah, that would be the hardest thing for me is getting used to having something because I don't wear anything.
It's loose. I don't notice it. It's a plastic band on it. It's comfortable.
I wonder how it reads all that.
Do what?
I said, I wonder how it gets all that information and stuff. That's just,
I don't know. And they have them that will track your weight for you as well. They have a model that I had the Fitbit before. It was a cheaper one. I think it was like $50 or something. And
uh,
this one is the heart one. It keeps track of your heart rate. And I mean, you can blow money on anything. It's just a little baby computer in there is all.
yeah, it's interesting.
And you
Things
stick it up on the plug it into the USB every so often and recharge it once a week.
Hmm. I need
Takes,
to check that out. Definitely. Well, guess what?
what, honey?
We are nearing the end again. This goes by fast.
Darn. It seems like we just started.
I know. Especially starting late.
True. I hope everybody has had fun. I know I've had. I'm glad everybody's listening. We have Mama Lee in the chat room. Hi, honey.
Oh, and Matt Holloway. And
And Jamie
Sid.
Hall. At first, I thought you were Jamie Hall, and it's like, wait a minute. And then you typed, "Ain't you a peach?" I went, okay, so that ain't you. So we have a Jamie Hall too. Seems
Yeah.
like I have a
I'm,
cousin.
I'm Jamie Hall, and then AU a Peach. I don't know why it was doing that. I guess depending on which one I was on.
Oh,
Uh,
so that was you then, both times. Okay.
yeah, it was me. So you tell
All right.
everybody about your morning hello or daily hello.
Where they can hear it?
Hmm.
Is that what you said?
Yep.
You can hear the Daily Hello over on MeWe in the Daily Hello room. And let's see, where else could you get it? Well, if you're on Messenger and part of the family, you
Like
get it
me.
daily. Like you, my dear, you are one of those few that get it
Yep.
daily.
Yep.
And I even added the bell for that one.
Mhm.
Let's see. You can also read it over on Twitter. I post it there every morning as well. And you can find me on Twitter as Leprechaun, Lepracon. Yes, I spell it phonetically. I live in the South. When I did it right, they went Leprechaun, Leprechaun, Lepre. So I just went, yeah, okay, here. We'll just do it phonetically. It makes it a lot easier.
Hey,
And let's see, you can
right.
catch me there. MeWe's predominantly, and Twitter is basically the two places that one can catch me by the short hairs at.
Well, hopefully next week we can have things run smoothly and do the daily hello at the beginning of the show, like I keep
Oh, yeah, I
planning
can do
to
that.
do, and then I get so flabbergasted before with everything crashing on me, and
Poor thing. I think I'll send you this other uh, PC, see if we can't help that work for you better.
I'd have to send you some money at some point.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh man,
Let's
maybe my
see. We've had Mama Lee in with us. Thank you, darling, for tuning in. Timmy was in with us for a while.
yep.
Um, I don't think, I don't know how many bodies are out in Zoom listening.
I have no idea.
Thank you, everybody.